And we're back. Basically, the internet crashed, and everything's connected to the internet. So when it crashes, it's pretty catastrophic. But they can't kill stories, damn it. So when we left off, before everything exploded, Ocean, you were showing us this little
Yeah, I
hole
was
in the
talking
wall
about my hole.
dive. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's claustrophobic, warm, and deep under the earth, so, you know, he's in there, huddled up against the mud and the dirt, and he looks very happy.
Is anybody claustrophobic?
Nope.
Gesvilk will not enter hole.
Maevryn, are you
Gesvilk apparently wants
claustrophobic?
to stand guard.
No.
Okay, good. Just checking. Karlio, Maevryn, Ocean, Drachna, filing in at whichever order you would like. Gesvilk, what do you do out here in the bitter cold as you wait?
Part of Gesvilk wants to make sure, keep the mule boy up here with them. They can stand guard too.
We're making Telk stand guard in the cold. Is that correct?
Yes. Because Gesvilk needs to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Gesvilk doesn't trust him
Either,
sleeping
right?
next to the others.
Judging by his demeanor, the distrust is mutual. Telk is confused about what's going on, but taking precedence over that feeling is a feeling of general misery. Just because he hasn't fallen into the water doesn't mean he couldn't be suffering from trench foot, or achy joints, or cold fingers. Gesvilk wouldn't consider this. For that, this young boy would keep a couple paces distance from you, without giving any sign of irritation or aggression. He would remain polite, but feel at odds with your presence, your goblin. Anything you do as you watch?
I feel like for a while, Gesvilk just sort of watches them before finally. So you were trying to steal the Sunstone.
Me? Of course not.
You just sell out your friend then.
He was doing something wrong, was he not?
And so you're, what is it, honorable then?
I seek the promised land.
And I guess you're going to do it alone. No more allies.
He wasn't much of a friend. The caravan. It'll take us. You as well.
Do you know who your friends' friends were? You seem to be knowing more than you let on.
Wouldn't you know what it takes to survive in a place as barren as this land south of the Titans?
Why should we let you live?
Let me live. Why should you kill me?
Their body will be warm for a while. Gesvilk's sort of smiling, and they have like these just row of jagged yellowed teeth. It's hard to tell if they're being serious or not.
Prios wouldn't let this happen. This is not my fate, no.
Oh, are you a prophet then? You know your fate?
No. And with the setting sun, the pattern of the slopes of the mountain combined with the foliage is such that you won't see the sun most of the time, even beams. Add to that it's snowing and very cloudy. Suddenly, looking down, you can make out on a nearby, this tree itself is casting the faintest shadow. He looks up. You can tell he's trying to concoct where he is, trying to determine his position. And then he looks off in a direction. Judging by where the river is in relation to you, it would be roughly the direction of the caravan. I'll take my chances. And he's gonna just take off. He's gonna bolt for the caravan.
Oh, he's running. Can Gesvilk chase?
He's sprinting. Is Gesvilk chasing?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's roll quick.
Oh, nope. Oh, my goodness.
Can't beat the long legs.
No.
Yeah, tell. Sprinting. Stop following me. No. Get out of here. Help. Help. Bounding over fallen logs, large rocks, doing anything to make the train as difficult for you in a way that he naturally would have no issue. Screaming at you. By the giver, just leave me alone.
Where are you going to go?
We're gonna get far away from here. It's about 50 meters away from you, if you have anything for that.
I do have a dagger I can throw.
It's a hard odds for that one.
Yeah.
We can try it.
Gesvilk is supposed to keep 2 eyes on them. He's running really fast.
Slowly getting away, too.
Oh, I have a ritual.
What?
It's true. The familiar. Gesvilk doesn't know why animals come to them. That they could hear animal voices, but sometimes they help out. Gesvilk is going to use their familiar ritual. Are there any birds around?
Yeah. There would be birds.
It would take time. Yeah. I suppose Gesvilk doesn't have time for this. They're just going to keep sprinting after them. For now.
Okay. You could try calling out if you would like, but beyond that, odds are looking bad. We can make another quick test.
Yes. Oh no, Gesvilk's gonna fail. Wow, okay.
Okay. Bounding off until his voice is just an echo. I'm gonna tell them you tried to kill me. They're not gonna believe you. We're leaving you behind. When I go to the promised... And suddenly, the voice echoing through the trees stops. It leapt over a small hill and out of sight. Taking his place, another silhouette. But from an opposite perspective, not headed away from you, but bounding to the crest of this small hill to observe where Telka came from. There's a man in a dark robe. Some of his friends. You'd vaguely recognize the forms from when you were falling down the tower. There's an eerie presence about them. The man in the center seems to be missing an arm. They're scanning, they're looking for something, somebody. What do you do, Gesvilk?
Gesvilk immediately is going to pull like this strip of thin veil from a pocket and is going to go unnoticeable. So it's a resolute test. They could fade from their perception. Okay, rolls.
Come on. I mean, you could re-roll using experience. I don't know if you want to do that here. But,
I kind of do, though, because I'm by myself.
yeah. Well, if we get to 5 subs, then everybody gets a bonus experience to do this, so I would refund it. But, until then, sometimes you forecast some XP. There's fail forward, then there's succeed backwards.
I'm stuck in Pathfinder or something. What happens on a crit fail?
You tell me. Tell me, what's the worst circumstance you could get despite your good efforts?
Gesvilk. The snow is deep, and Gesvilk is not very tall. Sadly, so as they're trying to scamper backwards to get out of sight, they just kind of fall into this hole beneath like a tall tree where the snow is deeper, and they're trying to like dig themselves up above the snow, but they are just stuck like waist deep in this drift of snow that has fallen. Just stuck there.
Okay. You've been seen. They'll approach you. The one in the center seemed to be taking command, issuing orders with the robbers in tow. As they head to you, you have enough time to get up and out so you're no longer stuck, but they're sort of all around you when this happens. And the man in the center will ask of you, flee not. You'll be shot. You can help me, little one. Under the hood you see glowing red eyes. If this man had a nose, it is since shriveled off, leaving a sort of a cavity. An arm, not shriveled, but cleanly missing. Carries a sword with his right hand. But this is the strangest part yet. He wears armor, like that of a knight. My name is Malrogan. I seek the Sunstone.
Gesvilk doesn't have Sunstone. Just a goblin in the woods.
Gesvilk. Well. Draws the sword and embeds it in the snow right next to you. The Firestone is mine.
If it was yours, you would have it. But you don't. So now what are you gonna do?
One of them has drawn a dagger. It's this wicked, curved, double-edged. It's almost a short sword, honestly, and moves in for your throat. And Malrogan, stop. Let them go. Give me your hand. I'll help you up.
Gesvilk can stand on their own.
You should roll a defense test for me, briefly here.
Gesvilk doesn't have armor or anything.
Okay. As you get up, assuming you failed this attack, the sword is picked up in such a way that, content warning, blood causes a gash to form along your forearm, just spatter across this new snowfall. Run along to your friends. And you hear this weird wheeze through his nose hole, the cavity, as he takes a deep breath of that warm blood. Follow them not. Malrogan points to the robbers. I mean it. Becoming late. Gesvilk, what do you do?
You do this so Gesvilk leaves a trail. I'll lead you somewhere. But not to them. Gesvilk takes a step back, slow to walk away.
They'll let you go. Where do you go, though, is the question.
So assuming Gesvilk ran north away from the foxhole, they're gonna head east.
Are you
Just
are you
a
headed
random
back
direction
to the...
away.
Okay. Vaguely in the direction of camp, but not quite.
Yeah.
All right. Are you doing that all night?
Probably. I mean, I figure at one point, once they finally realize that they're not being pursued, at least that they can tell, they will try to bind up the wounds so that they're no longer leaving a trail of blood.
Yeah.
And then we'll attempt to circle back once they've like gotten far enough away. So that might be like in the middle of the night, like hours past.
Many, yeah. It would take hours. If you have to stop to warm up to protect your life, yes, many hours.
Yeah, because Gesvilk wants to be certain that they're not being followed.
Yeah. Okay. Ocean, how cold would it get in a hole like this?
I don't know. Not very. We're like, huddled up and our body heat is against each other, and I've made it pretty deep, and we got the wolf furs and stuff, so I feel like it's pretty warm here. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
But I also haven't been out in nature in several years, so I have no idea.
Karlio, your guide does not return. I don't know how much you check on their whereabouts, but they don't return for many hours. You're muted. We're only on one mute tally.
I do nothing because I'm muted, clearly. But no, he checks. Like, he probably gets a little bit of sleep. Checks about the 4-hour mark, give or take. Not that he has a clock. But Gesvilk not being there the first time is a little disconcerting. If it's another, 3 or 4 hours later and Gesvilk's not back, then it might be a problem.
Yeah.
But the most important question
Maevryn.
are my pants still warm?
Your pants are warm.
Okay.
Your pants are warm. They're not toasty warm. They're not fresh out of the drying rack warm, but it's a comfort.
Still warm. All right. Yeah, it's nice.
Probably the driest thing. Maevryn, do you have anything you do on this night? Cramped in this sort of a crawly hole to stay warm.
Curled up into a ball, hands just pulling the sunstone in close. And then probably an incredibly fitful sleep.
Yeah. Karlio, the hours pass. And they pass. It's... How late would it be before you even go looking for them? Or would you? You would just... I imagine...
I would actually... He would post up in a tree and kind of see and look around before he'd go out, because he's a stranger in a strange land, and wandering too far away from the warm area sounds like an awful idea that will get him killed, because everything he's been told. But he will climb up a tree and start looking around to see what he can see.
Yeah. You hear a rustling. Finally. Somebody arriving from the north. Breaking the foliage. The snow has died, but just a little. For it, you have some night vision because you've been out here long enough. They don't see you, you see them. It's Gesvilk. Headed back.
Yeah, they're like
Gesvilk, what do you do?
stumbling, not walking in a very straight line. You can tell that they're not wearing the clothes that they left in. It looks a lot like the Mule Boys' clothes that are just like 3 sizes too big for them. So it's kind of like this moving, shuffling mound in a way as they're heading back towards you.
Sure. They will look around to see if anybody's following Gesvilk or what kind of happened. Look for other footprints in the snow.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I mean, there's no sign that Gesvilk was up to anything other than getting way too cold and staying out for almost the entire night.
The change of clothes and the fact that Gesvilk is walking straight is a sign something's not right.
Right. And for that, if you want to make a test rather, to recollect from short-term memory, what do you think would apply there? Something
idea.
seems familiar.
Whatever you want to apply.
Yeah, so I guess cunning. Cunning really is that.
Yeah, cunning or vigilance. Whichever one you find is appropriate.
Let's do vigilance. It is visceral. I mean, this is like something just feels.
It's
off.
the same either way.
Whew.
It's the same either way, and it's a 3. So.
Yeah, Karlio, Gesvilk is wearing
Thank you.
oversized clothing, and you recognize this clothes as having belonged to Keller before falling in dying.
I assume Keller did something in Gesvilk, probably had to kill him.
Yeah.
Happens. Karlio will hang out in the tree for a little bit, and when Gesvilk gets close, he'll kind of slide down and see how they're doing.
Gesvilk sort of blinks long and hard, as though trying to clear their vision. Karlio?
Yes.
My mind played tricks on me again.
No, I'm here, little one. Are you all right?
They can hardly talk through like the chatter of their teeth. You guys weren't attacked.
No. Not yet, but you look worse for wear. You should probably head in and warm up.
Guess what feels warm right now. I
That's
stopped
not a
feeling
good
cold
sign.
a while ago.
That is not a good sign, Gesvilk.
Actually, it's quite
Car-
hot.
Karlio will usher Gesvilk into the very much warmer area. And unless Gesvilk shows that they have a wound, he's not going to know, so...
I mean, their body is, again, hidden under these 3 layers of clothes.
Sure.
But knowing anything about frostbite and hypothermia, the fact that they're saying that they're hot when it is freezing outside.
Bad sign.
Is a sign. Yeah.
Yep. They're going to get Gesvilk to go in the hole. And let them know there's a bonus if they go in the hole. Karlio will hang out.
How much of a bonus?
You get in there quick enough, Thalmor.
Okay. As Gesvilk just sort of stares at the hole for a moment. Actually, I don't think my legs will bend. To crawl in there. Make it $5.
How about we get you alive? Because if you're not feeling cold, that's a bad sign. We'll discuss how much the bonus is when we're up.
But I know you could do better than a single $1.
You're right. I can. But you can't spend it if you're dead.
But you can bury me in the coin.
I guess I could.
You don't want to be in the hole, but they're going down the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because Gesvilk is very, very cold. It's quite warm in here. You might hear moans and groans, though, as you seem to drop the average temperature of this hole by quite a lot, being like a walking ice cube. No matter, though, because with that, you would be the last person to wake up in the morning. Tired as you are, the rest of the night is uneventful. Maevryn, then Oisin, then Drachna,
Oh, that was
Karlio, then you.
good. Okay, let's go back to the caravan and such.
It's wise.
Yes.
Yeah. Maevryn, do you have anything you need to do in the morning?
A few prayers.
Yeah.
So, face the direction of the rising sun and in quiet meditation, under their breath, say their morning prayers.
Well. And with that, all we need to assume is you knew you headed a certain direction to find the river. So if you follow the river up, you might find the path that brings you back to the caravan. Truly only a few hours worth of travel. As we return, though, we find that the caravan is all but assembled and absolutely ready to keep moving. In fact, you sort of catch them in the act of deciding whether or not it's time to abandon some of the people they were going to take. But what do you do as you arrive, gang?
Where's the mage? He just the first person that he sees in the caravan, he just, in this tired voice, where's the mage?
It's Guard Joven. Bartolome.
Yes.
She's speaking with Argasto. Apparently something's wrong. Internal scuffle.
Okay.
Should speak with him.
Right. No
You lot
problems.
seem miserable.
Okay.
As he sort of just
It's 'cause
eyes
we
the
are.
party.
Where's something with lard? I haven't eaten this morning,
Well,
and neither of my
I already said.
compatriots.
Something with lard. Well, like I said, Argasto's in the tent.
Ha ha, I meant food.
He's got half a hat
Maevryn,
too.
you see... Yeah, oh, there's food in there? Then fine, we'll go to that tent then. Like, Karlio just kind of walks into that tent. If there's actual food in there, he kind of just goes and helps himself. So, and clears the path for Maevryn to go deliver the knock. I'm here to put food in my mouth, and he's here to give you what you need.
Oh,
I'm fairly certain there's just the body language between the two of them says everything as Karlio just barrels through, and Maevryn's just there, left hand pretty much a death grip on the stone, walking in. What's the problem now?
Bartolome is there. Well, why don't you take it? As Augusto points to Bartolome. The mage would speak. Yes, it appears this murder. We have a killer, we don't have an explanation. You spoke of necromancy. Perhaps this is corruption?
Yes, there's a gang of murderers that are after the stone, which is now here. Holds his palm open. Keller was amongst them.
Keller. Did you bring him back?
No, he fell out after shooting multiple of us with crossbows. And then his gang arrived with one of them, to quote Gesvilk, who has the sight, darkest shadows. So we ran. But I am fairly certain that they will probably be upon us sooner than later. Make of that what you will. We should probably move. And if there are any social problems, slap the people upside the head and ask Prius for forgiveness later.
To slap them aside the head. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. It was a guard. Killed one of our own.
Okay.
Then kill that guard and let's go.
Very well. If we're being followed, as you would suggest.
By at least 7. They're not exactly the most
Se-
skilled watchers, but there are 7 of them. Who we have
If they
seen.
possess not a sunstone, they've not a chance to follow us longer than a fortnight.
Then I believe time
That's
is of
being
the
generous.
essence.
Yes. Past the tree line, they wouldn't be able to track us any further than that. They'll freeze.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Regardless, we need to leave a message. If Maevryn was with them, they'll see what we do. To those who betray us.
Maevryn?
Who's Maevryn?
What's the name of the cloaked man?
Oh,
Maevryn killed guard Cornell.
Oh. Okay. I would suggest not brutalizing a man. It's in poor taste. There are quick enough ways to do the deed. But if you must do it quick. We need to move.
Right. We'll be off then. This tent was last anyway. Let's go. As Bartolome leaves, she'll leave behind a tent that is being disassembled. The caravan leader, Argosto, would have it that way for his own comfort, as what he says goes. Strangely enough, he won't ask for the Sunstone. Neither will Bartolome. They instead leave it in your possession.
I am not thrilled at this news.
Yeah. Can't tell if it's your background that's doing it or the fact that it has a corrupting nature that nobody would watch for themselves. But they all conveniently forget that it's in your possession.
Oh, joy.
By convenient, you are now responsible for the party. And by party, I mean the caravan. Congratulations, Father. Priest. Yes, you said priest last
Priest.
time. Congratulations, priest.
It is a trial for a reason. It is a trial for a reason. And he just keeps repeating that as he's walking.
Drachna, the entire time in wolf form, staying warm in a hole, cuddling, and following behind, goes to Maevryn and takes a couple of small licks, trying to comfort the priest for this newfound journey and responsibility for the Sunstone, for shaping back into the barbarian witch of Karvost we know and love. Are you okay, priest?
Roll over has no in priests.
You may be right. But hopefully we can leave whatever darkness that land has behind us and maybe less murder. I could go for less murder and more warmth. And no more rivers.
Priest, there's murder on both sides of the mountain. You can't get away from that.
It's not exactly equal. I'm prepared for any eventuality, and out from my bag pops miniature figures made for hexing and curses. They're just abstract and general enough that I could reconfigure them into be whoever, and say, well, I mean, sure, there's murder on both sides, but we're the only one casting plague preemptively. Cursing and hexing preemptively. We won't get caught off guard again. Not like the river.
Sure.
Weaving, knitting,
So you
evilly.
curse all of them. I wonder why Drachna got banished from Karvosti. Then
Oh, this is
Gesvilk
nothing.
Just kind of keeps walking.
That's nothing compared to what my sisters and mom can do. In fact, I left of my own accord. They still have much to teach me. But this much I can do. And I just label them
Wait,
priest,
were you
target
kicked
number
out,
one.
or did you just leave?
Yes.
Oh, that's not helpful. Which one is it? I need to know.
Well,
Mm.
I couldn't fulfill my ritual, my training.
Oh, you
My coming of
failed.
age. I did.
Oh, that's a
failed.
bummer. Hey,
Listen,
I'll hug Drachna.
I hug partially just wolf paw, like the rest is human, just wolf paws, his long claws reaching into the back of Oisin, scratching, he's like really going in for that hug.
Aw, this is a good puppy.
It's tough, but I know one day I'll be able to reclaim my position amongst them once I redeem myself. Whether that be
Looks
blood,
like you're about to go on a
horn.
journey, Maevryn, with all your magical friends. You are the bearer of the stone. It's your responsibility to keep us all safe. So, I believe we should move forward fearlessly.
Yes.
Like,
Are we paying Maevryn
as
now?
the sentences were being finished by Karlio, you can just see more and more weight being piled upon Maevryn's shoulders as he trudges forward.
There goes our
Brutal.
fearless leader.
Yep.
I'm so excited that we get to journey together. This is going to be great. I will miss our foxhole, though.
It was comfy. It was a good night's sleep for the hours I got. I will say.
It's lovely. I'll have
I slept quite
find
a long
another
time.
one.
I will speak to the guards about acquiring the s'mores from the dead guard, as well as the one they had to execute for his murder, to make sure that I can let them know that I will fill in helping kind of grounds. But being more arrows would help me with that.
Yeah,
Execute
absolutely.
him?
Per Maevryn's suggestion, it is a hanging by a tree.
Oh.
It's left. It's clean. It's nothing beyond that. Maelig, rather, swore to his last breath that he was innocent. I'd say Cornell is a friend of his for a long time, and beyond suspicion of corruption, nobody can seem to explain why he would do such a thing. Say that he tried to cover it up. So, crime of passion.
Hey, isn't
perhaps,
there
but-
some... There's some magic that lets you control people's actions. Did anyone check on that first before we...
What's done is done, Oisin.
Is that...
No, they.
Sorry, I was eating lunch, so I missed kind of the whole thing. But
Yeah.
maybe next time we check before we hang people. I don't know.
We could talk to your
I'm
sorcerer
not from here.
friends.
I'm not from here. I don't know the protocol for hangings.
I don't think there is any.
Oh, they just
Yeah,
randomly
so-
hang people willy-nilly?
I think so. Like, based on
Not
feelings.
Oh,
so
okay.
much.
No? Okay.
It felt like
At
it
least
was
in-
that one.
In the city, you usually have to commit a crime of some sort.
Then why did we
He
kill this
committed a
one?
They said-
crime.
They said he committed murder. That's a crime.
Yes.
I mean, that's a thing you don't want people to do, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think next time we still should check to see if, like, maybe...
No, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Ocean, I'm not in disagreement. I just don't know the protocol for how they handle execution
Yeah.
parts.
Me neither. This is all foreign to me.
Kill first.
Once
Check.
again, your expertise, Maeve, is how we will future murder and charges of murder moving forward. I assume after he started shooting us with crossbow bolts, it's then self-defense and not murder here, right? Or is that not how that works either?
In most cases, yes, is seen as self-defense.
Oh, okay. I'm checking. So we may fire.
What's
I'm with
Gesvilk's-
Karlio here. Exactly.
Yeah, what's Gesvilk's demeanor
True.
during this conversation? They just keep going back to that. Truly.
Gesvilk is wondering if the body is alone or if people are still watching it.
The caravan have abandoned it.
Gesvilk's unperturbed right now.
Gesvilk, what?
Unperturbed? They're fine.
Okay. Yeah, just
Because
Nonplussed.
that guy, nonplussed, yes. Because clearly that guy was the one that was guilty, not Gesvilk.
right.
I'm pretty trusting of Gesvilk, so I'm just gonna weave his face on one of the spare dolls in case him or his family members come after. It'll be similar enough that I'll be able to hex any of his bloodline.
I thought you said you trusted
Yeah.
Gesvilk.
Oh, I do. No, so that's why I'm weaving the one that we've killed. You know, just getting ready. Yeah. No, you're right. You're the right one. We're just getting ready for, you know, there could be more of them, right? So.
Yeah. Well, do we have anything in the warmth below the tree line? Do we have anything else we're trying to do? Do we join the caravan as they march up to the
Join the
bitter
caravan
cold?
and get this show started, I believe.
Yeah.
Gesvilk wants to eat his
I
his
do.
toe real quick.
Are there any minstrels in the caravan? Are there any minstrels in the caravan? Any minstrels? Yeah.
None. You will find
There's
no
nobody who
comfort,
does song.
no tale, no
I'm-
song.
I don't. Okay. No song.
But someone would
nobody
ask
sings at
you
all?
if you were,
No.
willing to pitch in. No.
I don't sing. Not my forte.
That's a shame.
I know no songs
Regards
of this
to-
land. I was hoping to find a minstrel to pay them to come up with songs about Maevryn and how he is glorious and is going to lead us to victory through these mountains.
As I write something down real quick. Okay, so we pass beyond the tree line. Many days will pass. Ultimately, it will take over a fortnight to get over these titans. It's not an optimal time of year to do it, but several voyages are made throughout the year. This just happens to be one of them. It gets cold. And then it gets colder. And then it gets pretty miserable. There's no comfort. There's not even someone to sing songs. I'm going to go around,
No?
each one of you. Tell me about what the experience is like for you. Because this might be the most discomfort you could feel when it comes to cold weather. It is wet, it is cold, and the altitude is climbing. Gesvilk, how you feeling?
Not very happy. I feel like Gesvilk's been trying to keep an eye on Karlio and Maevryn, but as the weather grows colder and more miserable, they kind of stop. More keeping to themselves and just trying to survive because, like Karlio said, if Gesvilk is dead, Gesvilk can't have the coin. But yeah, they're just trying to shuffle and move in any way possible. Find little spots on the caravan if they could hop in to try and stay warm at all.
Yeah. Ocean,
So,
how you taking it?
Oisin is, it just seems like his enthusiasm and optimism, the sun never sets upon him. As he will take up the minstrel position, he is enthusiastic, like a drunkard at a karaoke bar, not great, as he tries to find different ways to find rhymes for Maevryn, like Taviern, in Waviern, as he compares Marvin to that of a dragon. And so yeah, he's just like very excited and happy and just like he's really optimistic the whole time.
Oh no. Yeah, well, you're known among the guards as, Ocean, the butcher of the spoken word.
Yes.
Maevryn.
I've never had
Marvin,
such a cool
and
name
Maevryn,
before.
Yeah, all revered to this group, much to the entertainment of Karlio, I imagine. Ask it, ye shall receive. Okay. Maevryn, I said it was bad for you, and I think it's just gotten worse. what's the next week or two like for you?
So it's getting colder, and we're increasing elevation, and it's wet, most likely windy. So
Someone's thinking about Marvin.
aside from the increasingly joyful noise coming from behind, there is the chapping of cheeks and nose with the harsh wind, trudging through snow. That particular cold hell that is your boots getting damp and then freezing. It is everything that Arctic explorers complain about and more. Especially one particular thing that doesn't get mentioned enough when it comes to the cold is that it gets just so unbearable that you innately just start to hate everyone. That there is a bitterness that there's a war going on between the person Maevryn wants to be and the person that Maevryn is right now.
Well, I'll ask you. The Sunstone seems to serve this exact purpose. Morale is weak and only getting weaker, monotonically increasing as you gain in altitude. That warmth, it would sustain you here. But you know it comes with a risk.
That warmth is reserved for specific times when we make camp. That is precisely when it is used for the benefit of the camp and the caravan, nothing more. There's already a burden to bear just carrying the thing. And there's already a burden to bear just to use it on that sparing occasion. And in the back of Maevryn's mind, there's that constant worry of those 7 that seek this thing.
Yeah.
And if he has to be able to heal folks to keep them alive, he cannot risk using the stone too much.
So you endure.
Faith wins out for now.
For now. Drachna,
Drachna.
you might be faring better. Yeah.
I am. The barbarians of Karvas travel quite often. Although, because I did not get a chance to finish my rituals and my training, I am still not as experienced as my tribe and the other family members I was with. I'm in a similar position to Maevryn, following, trudging behind, trying my best to keep up with bits of sage burning alongside the trail that we follow, creating like a sort of sanctimonious pathway, defending from attacks behind and blessing the path forward. I waver. The cold is too much, especially about halfway in, and we're at the very height of it, a week away from any food or water that isn't below freezing. One light shines in the distance for me, and that's none other than Ocean's melodic melody ringing the air. I dance as much as I can whenever Oisin decides to let out the beautiful voice on the wind here. It's enough to keep me steady, afloat, to keep my identity, and I dance in a ritualistic manner to support the song as much as possible, and that's what kind of keeps me together. However, a darker force seems to seep beside me as my wariness of Maevryn grows. A sort of dour look takes upon Maevryn's eyes, trudging through the snow, and I see how much the stone wears on him. I'm behind the priest. I trust him, I fight for him, and all who would oppose us, but the Sunstone does things to people. And Drachna still has some distrust about that. In the end, I think it's probably fine and I make it through, but a lot of ritual, a lot of dance, a lot of trust and faith, even though that's not usually something that Drachna does.
Right. So I think that's everyone. And next we ought
Karlio.
to take it.
You just try skip.
Oh, right.
It's cool.
Yeah, well, so we had Karlio issuing a proclamation to the benefit of Oisin and Drachna, but to the dismay of Maevryn. What else do you do here?
So Karlio's stoic, kind of cold, detached demeanor does increase a bit, especially when he takes up position trying to help the other guards out. He spends his time making sure the caravan reimburses him for his time appropriately, and becomes a little more disconnected from everyone to a degree. Externally, in private, he actually goes and Drachna regularly, asks if she'll keep an eye on Gesvilk, because Gesvilk seems to not be doing the best. He'll encourage, again in private, Oisin singing, and keep an eye on Maevryn, and basically talk about, not play devil's advocate, but make sure he's talking to Maevryn to make sure Maevryn believes he's making the best decisions. Argue, or he just, if this is what you believe is best, and then that type of thing. But he doesn't socialize as much. He seems to detach outside of very interpersonal conversations. It's very clear that he is keeping track of everyone and wanting everyone to get somewhere and be the best they can be, but having that hard stranger in a strange land disconnect. And he's doing his best, but it's clearly wearing at him.
Yeah. I wonder who would be the first to spot that sort of, not quite burnout, but I mean the trek is truly taking its toll on just about everybody, except for maybe Oisin, and Ocean's kind of a beast.
Would I be able to do a vigilance check at this point to try and spot that?
Yeah. And on this night, as we stop, yeah, when you make that check, I will say, let me know what you get, but Maevryn, it is cold, and we're officially running low on wood.
It's a 7 under 10 with 3 degrees of success.
Yeah. It would be hard to spot that people are starting to lose their, invigorated essence. It's been many days after all. Setting camp so far up. Maevryn, would you use the Sunstone?
Yeah. To
The relic.
use it to light another fire. Let's do that roll.
Yep.
3.
Hey, has anyone identified the artifact? Or like, thoroughly investigated it?
Just what Bartolo has said about it.
Well, I'm a scholar. I could look at it if you want and just kind of figure out what it is and such. Probably should have said that earlier on. That's my bad, though. Yeah.
You're a scholar.
Yeah. I play around with artifacts and the like when I can find them. So yeah, I'm pretty well used to having them around.
After done lighting the fire, and in the usage of the stone, Maevryn's eyes again glow that bright orange temporarily, almost matching the hue of the fire that's lit. And then he gently opens his palm and go ahead. Tell me what you know.
Like, pick it up and toss it around. Okay. And yeah, I'll do a cunning test to figure all this out.
Yeah.
Where are you? Fantasy grounds? There you are.
I clutch my burning sage and say a prayer under my breath with my protective talisman as I see the priest enact this ritual once more. To me, even though there's no evidence, it seems like, it could be further corrupting Maevryn. So each time I grow warier and warier.
I don't understand why he doesn't use this the whole trip. We could stay warm.
No, Gesvilk. That's not the way. It's too powerful for any of us to control. The priest does it well. He's tempered.
Oh, no.
So the stone is just as tempered. But don't push it.
Are you tempered as well, or no? This is a matter of a burden that cannot be shared.
I want to, but will Maevryn let us is another question. We might have grown too attached.
I assume
Just
him
wants to
being
get
too
things
attached is
out.
probably not a good sign.
I would agree, Karlio.
Yeah, unless I get a bonus, I'm not gonna get this.
You don't get a bonus. It's called
Damn
the
it.
Sunstone, and it's used to create fire. That's all you can recollect. And in this moment, there's a sort of calm. Everyone's focus, maybe even for different reasons, is drawn to that thing that you're holding. That focus, soft as it
Maevryn,
was.
if you want, I can hold on to this for a little bit. I don't know if it would. I mean, it might help, but it seems like everyone here is kind of a little antsy about it.
I can understand the antsiness, Ocean, but I probably should keep a hold on it.
Yeah, no problem.
So what is it?
We'll toss it back. It's
So what-
sunstone, warmth and everything. I'd have to consult my books a little bit more in depth to figure out where exactly it came from Davokar, or wherever it's from. So it's going to take a whole thing. I thought I'd recognize it just by playing around with it, but I have to research more.
Okay. Good to know.
But hey, you hang in there, Maevryn the Wyvern.
Yes, all the ballads being written about you.
No,
You
do not sing again.
So-
scream.
What?
Is this...
Breaking out of
We hear a
the
scream?
brush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, returning with firewood. It's been basically journeys out to gather firewood, getting sparser and sparser by the day. That's why the sunstone comes in handy. They can build a surplus. Well, that was the mission. Someone's coming back, no firewood in hand, screaming for his life, about 100 feet away before being pounced, falling to the ground as a massive white wolf pounces on him.
Huh?
before moving over him to continue towards you.
And
Cool.
I
We
make
have
a
initiative
beast
set.
lore.
We can make a beast lore. I'm gonna cut to break, and we will return with this wolf charging directly at you. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. And if anybody dies, I'm sorry, or you're welcome, depending on who the character was. Casually. All right, we'll be right back. And we are back with some special combat. Ocean, you got the jump here.
Yay,
tab
I'm
us
gonna
over.
identify it.
All right.
Oh my god!
18's not a good roll here.
We're not doing fantasy grounds anymore.
I
I'm
know,
running
right?
it. I'm going the
You're
opposite
fleeing.
way. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
I don't fight. The hell? No.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
18.
I'm like,
Show, don't tell. You can show us that. The Hunger Wolf is going to move in, heading directly to the center of the camp, ripping open a tent. This thing looks hungry. Doesn't attack anyone, not yet. Yet people are still screaming. Drachna, what do you do?
Immediately, I will shift into wolf form. Consider myself stronger here, more primal. And I look right into its eyes, and I'm going to battle with it. That's...
Okay. You've got your move action. You can attack. Hey, let's unless that was your. be
Yeah.
able to
So
attack.
the shifting, I believe the shifting was my action, or like, yeah. So I don't think I'll be
Okay.
able to attack, but I probably will get closer to it at least, and sort of tank it anyway. And sort of, in a ferocious rage, I charge the wolf, and I get right at its cusp, and without actually touching.
She turns to you right away, furious.
Right. Locking eyes.
Yeah, it's a go for the throat thing here. Maevryn.
Pulling the buckler and dagger from his belt, and just
Okay.
getting nearby.
Yeah, you can get within melee here.
I do not want to get into melee just yet. I do not want to get right adjacent to the big wolf. I will pass.
Melee curious. Karlio.
Karlio, hurry up the stable yurt and or tent.
All right.
Let it go fly
Running
to
over.
this thing from above it.
Yep.
I'm gonna get rid of that picture so I can get where.
Okay. I think you should be able to.
Oh, D20. I'm just gonna roll you. There's a big picture.
You have an action for an attack, right?
Yes, I'm looking to roll a dice. That's what I'm looking to do. I had to move a picture on Fantasy Ground because it was in my thing. This is under 17, not 14. If I can get the die to roll.
Okay.
There we go. There's a dice rolling. That's an 8.
That'd
So
hit.
That will probably hit. All
Yep.
right. So I need to roll 2d10 or 1d10 plus 2d4. So, I love you, Fantasy Grounds. I would like you to put things where I want them to go.
True boss fight.
That's 10. 2 and one more. And 2, so 14 damage.
Okay. Single source of damage, correct?
Correct. That is all on that one attack.
Okay.
Do I hit its threshold at 14?
You absolutely hit its threshold at 14.
Okay. What does that mean? I don't remember. I know critting gets me an extra. Does threshold give me an additional attack?
You could do an extra attack or knock them down.
I will knock it down. Given the option here, knocking it down seems
do it.
really good for my friends.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. Falls to the ground right in front of his tent, flanked by a smaller wolf, which is Drachna in wolf form. Gesvilk, you are last in initiative. What do you do?
Perfect. So it's on the ground, so Gesvilk would have an advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Given you can move in.
Then Gesvilk is going to jump on it and wrap their arms around its neck. They can only do that when they are at an advantage. Let's see here. So
Wait, so we're... Yeah, okay.
we're jumping on the wolf.
Let's do it.
Do I roll that? Because it's I can only attack when at advantage. Deals 1d6 damage each turn, ignores armor, and then they have to pass a successful cunning test.
So they won't roll.
Yeah.
It does look like you do have to roll because it says on a successful attack.
Mhm.
Yes. So that'd be just my accurate then.
Mm-hmm. Plus the
Yep.
2 for advantage.
I just jump into its mouth, apparently.
Yeah, allegedly. So I don't know if you see that chat. Also, welcome Raiders.
20.
Yeah. See Doc in chat, Infinite RP, Valdranth. I mean, okay, so it's just everybody I know. It's like a dream of just all of my friends showing up to my birthday party. I get to kill a goblin. Probably not. We'll see how it goes because
But maybe.
breaking the tie once again, top of initiative. Ocean, it's your turn.
I'm just I can't identify it, so I'm just gonna like sit there and just be safe. I'm just gonna be safe.
You're not.
Good luck,
You're not
guys.
even
Can we
gonna help.
soliloquy at any time? Can we soliloquy at any time, or do we have to wait for our turn?
If we're looking to parlay, if we're looking to speak, I'm not gonna stop you.
Oh, I'm looking to speak to other party members.
Yeah.
I will look to Ocean and be like, "What is it?" Like that. That's what I'll say because Ocean's made it very big about
Darn
Para.
it!
Lore master, and they know all the things. What is it and how do we kill it? Is what I say.
I need to consult my books. I'm sorry. It's oh jeez. It's definitely a big wolf.
I can see
Thumbs up.
that.
Well done. Well done. Well, the big wolf has been handed an opportunity at a delicious snack. Gesvilk, make a defense
Yep.
roll for me. A defense test, rather.
Gesvilk should really get armor in the future. Gesvilk is realizing. Wait, hold on. Gesvilk
16?
is failing all rolls. Yep.
Yeah, you're getting hit. You know, not that bad. Roll. Roll. You have no armor. You're just taking four damage flat.
Just taking 4 damage flat.
Yep.
So bad.
But you will notice that what Karlio has shot into the wolf is causing a hemorrhage of blood that would give this wolf a red coat. She seems to be dying faster than you are, actually.
Well, it did meet my threshold, just saying.
Oh, so,
Why is that my threshold? Did something happen?
4
It's
is your
half
pain
of
threshold?
your-
'Cause
You jump
3
strength.
is my
Half your strength.
threshold.
3 is your threshold?
It's half your strength.
Oh no.
What's your
Yeah.
strength?
How much do you have
jump
left?
Strength.
5.
That's
You
why
have
it's
5? Well, you're
3.
taking 4 more damage.
Oh!
Wait, no!
From yeah, I mean, if you met you've met your threshold, I'm pretty sure there's a free attack here.
Mm-hmm.
Roll that defense again, unless you
Wait,
fail.
aren't you
Well, that
wearing? Are you
defense-
wearing Keller's armor?
Not if we're just at camp.
Okay, well, are you surviving 4 more damage? Because the jaw is
Well,
coming
roll-
down.
She's got a roll.
They with a free attack. you
Oh,
still have
to the defense. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
still has
not
to
armor.
roll.
Yeah, I was thinking
It's
not-
not that
okay.
badass.
Okay,
rather than
alright,
taking
alright.
the free attack.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, I still fail because my dice is horrible today.
Alright.
Oh,
What do you have to
good
make?
heavens.
Oh, this wolf is good.
7.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 more damage.
It's 4 more
So that's
damage.
eight.
So-
4 more damage.
What happens when it meets your pain threshold again?
You can't.
I mean,
don't
so
think
you
you
can't.
No,
Yeah,
because you
you're
reach the
down.
threshold.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
down. Just
Yeah, you're down. You're in the dying state.
I'm
Because
not
you're at a-
dead!
You're
Just
dying.
dying.
Oof. If we were at 20 retweets, this would be much easier for you, but there's a chance that Gesvilk dies here and now. I
Yeah, chat. Go
think
retweet
next-
right now. Go retweet right now. Say
I mean, yeah,
Hear
we're
about
like
goblins.
4 away. All right, Drachna, you've witnessed violence. What do you do?
Oh. I was going to murder, but now I wonder if I should heal as Wolfie. Can I perform the heal action as a wolf?
Don't believe so. You need to be able to shift back.
Shift back. Man, I'm gonna
I've
get
got
him
the
angry. And I'm
healing.
just gonna go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go right. I'm just gonna go right for the jugular here, and I'm going to attack this Wolfie with my own claws. And let's see. Ooh, yes, a 3 under 10.
Did this Wolfie
So-
stand up and then bite Gesvilk, I assume? Or just bite.
I think Gesvilk like
'Cause it
jumped
had to
into
get
its
up.
mouth.
I know Gesvilk jumped into its mouth, but if bothers to stand up, that's important for Drachna because that's advantage. If the wolf just sat there and bit the
The plus
goblin in the
2.
mouth, it's like I don't have to
We'll
move.
say that. Yeah, we'll say
Plus
that.
2 and an extra D4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
That's
He's
great.
distracted.
That's actually really good that you pointed that out, Karlio, because I think that's what'll do it. What did you say you got?
no, so I got it. Yeah, I got a 3 under 10.
A 300 Yeah, you're good.
Attack. Yeah. Okay.
You're good. Yep, even with the defense.
Wow.
Which will do
All
this
right.
wolf in. Describe.
So, you're gonna roll this 1d8 and then a plus a 1d4. All right. So 4 in the
Okay.
a 4 on the 1d8 and a 1 on the 1d4. So 5 there.
Wolf is dead.
Oh!
Nice.
Yeah, any amount of damage.
Oh wow! I'm shocked. I'm kind of taken aback that it was over in an instant, and I immediately run over to Gesvilk, who's I just completely remove all thought of this wolf and just go right for my friend. Again, who I think is a very peaceful, kind goblin. And I'm gonna shift back, carry them, and try to heal them as best we can.
Yeah, let's. You see
So
the
I need to
life
start
fading.
making some rolls.
Well, the flesh
Well, so-
can can start dying, because I believe if we're still in initiative, I get to go next.
You do, sir.
I'm right there. I move close.
So I'm just like looking.
Ambrios' grace, be healed, and I will use lay on hands. Let's see if this works.
Oh, that's so good. This is the perfect place for land. Yes.
Yep.
The shining light is right in my eyes.
You get one. Everybody gets one. You get one. As there's a faint glow from Maevryn's eyes, and there's a glow of light from his hands as a little bit of life gets back into Gesvilk. And that ups my corruption by 1.
The good doctor.
As we are healing Gesvilk, I believe I am next in initiative
Yes.
order. I look around for more
Sure.
wolves to see if there aren't more coming into the camp. Because now I am at a heightened
Um,
point, and I have a bow.
so- People come in. You can make a check to scan and try to figure out what's happening here, but I think combat dissolves at this point.
Sure, if you say it dissolves, I will go into roleplay. That's totally fine. I just want to make sure I'm not missing out
Yeah.
on wolves, more wolves.
Yeah, but let's scan just to see if there's context here that we might be missing as you're
I get anything cool for
doing
being
the
on top
battlefield
here?
thing. Yeah, absolutely. It'll give you a +2 as if you were trying to strike.
Plus 2. I don't find anything, so it's cool.
Oh, but other guards would come in, weapons drawn. I didn't see any others. Rushing over back to the center of camp. You guys are kind of on the outskirts of this traveling caravan. Gesvilk, how much health do you have? You did take that 4, so what does that put your toughness?
Wait.
At 1.
Did I take
So that means
4 and then 4 and then another 4, or
Yeah.
just
No, just
You
8.
took 4.
Just 8 total is what you.
just 8.
okay? Yeah, so I'm at 1.
Okay. Does that mean you're just conscious?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, Gesvilk. What do you do as you wake up next to this bloodied wolf?
Gesvilk just kind of coughs and like brings their hands back, and there's like blood all over her face, or their face and hands. And look up at Maevryn. You saved Gesvilk again.
More of a team effort, really.
I'll come out of the
That's
tent
why
with like a
he's the
pillow.
leader.
Yes, look, I got a pillow for your head. Right here. Okay.
Gesvilk has
Should
learned that
probably-
you do not jump on a wolf to strangle.
Yeah, you like went to jump right in its mouth. It was very obvious. That's not a. It's never a strategy you've discussed with me in the past. I don't know why you chose it.
I'm just trying to surprise it.
I was so worried about you guys.
You've
picked you right
surprised us. But I look around and I'm like, we should probably skin it and deal with that. It'll be warm and it's food.
So you'll notice as you look, the corpse of this great wolf starts to shrink and shrivel, like you were to sit and watch
What now?
wet fruit on a hot day. Calmly though, there's no corruption at hand here, no thing festering underneath. Instead, it returns to what you could only imagine is its initial form. Before you all, beside this torn tent, is a naked and dead elf woman
Oh no!
Oh no.
Ocean's like, you're done fucked up!
Killed someone.
An elf! Oh, oh, jeez.
Ocean, what does this
Coming
mean?
out here, though. Whew, ah!
What's wrong, Ocean?
What? It's an elf, out here. I mean, elves in general, like, they hunt humanity down. They're very dangerous, and for an elf to be all the way out here, I mean, it's probably to do with a human somewhere. So maybe me, or I. Yeah.
What did you do to piss off
Why?
elves, Ocean?
Why
I
would
didn't
the
do
elf be
anything. No,
hunting
it could be anything. It could be you.
But you said you referred to yourself.
Yeah, I'm just as an example. As an example. Let's.
you? Ah,
Does it have to do with your digging?
No, it's not myself. Me and the elves have an understanding. But the humans, the others here, we have to. Oh god, is it really dead? Can you check it?
I'm fairly certain this naked elf in the snow is quite dead.
Who's
I
checking
do
the
still
body?
want to. I still want to see what's going on with the shapeshifter, and see if it was under the effect of maybe another spell, if frenzied for some reason.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 6 under 10 vigilant roll.
Yeah. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. This would have been a shapeshifter just like yourself. A summer elf, to be sure. You'll notice she's wearing a bracelet around her upper arm. She's wearing
Can I
some
do a-
clothes, but
Can I do
in a
cunning?
place like this, yeah, you can.
I'm gonna check her out.
Summer elf, all the way out here.
Woo!
Oisin, you seem to know this.
Yeah, I like
Does
the,
that succeed?
the yeah, armband, everything. I'm gonna pick it up and be like, move it around, be like, okay, but very, very respectful.
Ocean, did you find something, or do you need to check your books?
Hold on.
Oh, we've reached a.
What did I get?
Well done. Okay. Well, I mean, if you succeeded, then you know exactly what this is, because I know somebody knows exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm
go ahead.
like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's an elf of the Iron Pact, the ancient and not so secret. I guess it is a secret elven order that, I mean, there are humans part of it now too, but they hunt down those who've gone into Davokar and have dived too deep. So they might be after someone who's been to Davokar, or maybe they took something from Davokar, and that's why they're here, and that's why we're fucked. Because there's probably more.
I mean, I'm not fucked. I've never been to Davokar.
I immediately start
Anyone
sweating.
who gets in the way of their mark, so they're looking for someone in this caravan, and until they find it, we're all in danger.
All right.
I mean, we could just hand
Maevryn-
over whoever did this to them.
Gotta find that person then.
Sure. You're the lore master. Suss it out.
I mean,
That really sounds like a you
I'm not.
thing.
I can't interrogate people. I'm not good at
Why
that
not?
part. Someone. I don't know. I think it's my optimistic and general jovial manner. They don't take me seriously.
Maevryn, can
Gesvilk
you
could
deny
find
them
the
the warmth
answer.
of the Sunstone? Gesvilk could also find the answer. I was going to say Maevryn could deny them the warmth of the Sunstone until whoever comes forward comes forward. But that's just me.
I do not like punishing a group, and also I have other concerns. Like, we heard a scream before this thing was felled. Is there someone else who's
Oh yes,
injured?
it was probably the person who was getting wood. They're very dead. I assume I can see them from where I was, and they were very dead, from the way you described them. ST.
Well, so the wolf actually pounced this person, but didn't attack them. So the pounce scared this guy. He pissed himself, but the wolf continued on.
Okay.
By now, the entire caravan is around this campfire, staring in awe at what happened.
The second thing is, Oisin, you said they usually run in groups, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think an Iron Pact member would come out here alone. It's just tactically, there has to be others, so... Yeah.
I don't want to disparage this particular secret order of individuals, but charging into the camp, shifted into a wolf, is a very tactically unsound play to begin with.
You said they're looking for something that's from Davokar?
Yeah, most likely.
Something or someone
that's
is improperly gone there, from the sound of things.
Has anyone here been to Thistlehold? I mean, they usually diving into Davokar all the time, so...
Full disclosure.
Again, nada.
Thistlehold is very dear to my heart, and many intimate friends live there. I've traveled in and out of Davokar. But we have no idea where this relic...
So in terms of the political tension between the barbarians and the Ambrians, it sounds like you're more of a, I guess, the compromising, like they can get along together, even though Thistlehold's like encroaching on Davokar Forest.
Thistlehold has become a bastion, a refugee for many barbarians and witches from Karvas and Bright Davokar after some of the conflict. Now, what they're doing, sealing these borders, is something I fight strongly against. In my travels, the movement of people have become some of the most important experiences I've had. And that is still the core of what I believe in. But
perhaps we could have this conversation later.
If
there's more of these elves out there, we should go.
I mean, we're not going to get away from them.
I'm not worried about these elves.
You should be.
What? It's the relic. Sure, I've been there, but we have no idea where this artifact that binds us came from. They came for the Sunstone.
Ocean's going to yell like, "Hello, if there's any elves of the Iron Pact, I would like to parley with you. We have killed one of your people, but that was an accident."
Is that how they parley here?
Somebody cut out his tongue.
No, not really. No.
Oh boy.
They're out there anyway. We might as well just
cease the violence and the loudness, please, for a moment.
There's someone who probably has answers to parts of our questions, Maevryn. The wizard probably knows more.
The wizard has already proven themselves to be less than helpful on multiple occasions. As he takes his cloak off and drapes it over the body of the elf. No, it's most likely we're going to have to talk with Augusto. See who's been to Davokar. See if the stone's from Davokar. And take shifts through the night, keeping our eyes open. And if someone just decides to walk up instead of barrel into the camp as a wolf, talk. But we will respect their dead. We will try and get a good night's sleep.
I don't disagree.
I'm just gonna sit out on the edge of the camp like a bowl of soup waiting for the elves to come. Very excited.
Yeah, nobody will come. People are not so secure about the decision to take camp here, but they don't really have a choice. Some firewood is gathered. There's already a fire, and for that there's warmth, but no news on this front. There's a calm after this, so we travel on. It would be 2 days before modest fortune in the weather seems to turn. Suddenly, without warning and against the forecast of any farmer or ranger or tracker or scout, a storm would form. A blizzard. To most people, this means one thing. The fates are out to get you. Except, to some, especially to those who are suspicious of things like elves and corruption, magic, or witches, this means somebody's mad. Regardless, you're stuck in the snow and camping during the day. Something's to come. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But until then, you can't really see anything. It does get cold. It is so windy that it's nearly impossible to maintain a fire. To improve conditions, Maevryn, I'll give you the option if you would like to use the sunstone to keep your friends warm here.
Stone. Four.
Is that your threshold?
The temp resets between scenes. So
Okay, good.
I'm good for now.
You're good to go. All right. Sustaining your friends in this storm. Drachna, if you were suspicious of this, your suspicions are confirmed. Not one, but 2 elves would arrive from your camp, from the direction of where you came, marching over. An elf of late summer and an elf of early summer. Both white of hair, pale complexion, and armed. They stride elegantly. They come to speak. The younger one calls out. Corruption. Isnia? The older one, sniffing at the brisk air, searching. People come out of the
Drachna.
caravan.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still wolf form. Gesvilk is injured and riding upon my back. I gently lower Gesvilk and shift back to a human. Don my clothes and speak to them.
They move towards you.
Members of the other lands. Why are you so far? Why do you hunt us?
There's corrupted among you. They're our responsibility now.
I am going to roll. This is so bad. I'm going to roll cunning to try and convince them that we are more put together than we are. I currently don't possess any actual magic to remove corruption, but I'm well on my way. And I'm gonna try and bluff my position just a little bit here.
Let's do it.
Ooh, 8 under 9. So, just 1 degree of success.
So if they have any modifier, what would you say to them in this attempt?
Listen, you must trust me. I come from the same lands you do, and I understand your way of life. I seek purity, peace, and the extermination of corruption, the control of it, its understanding. We are relatively inexperienced, but together united, we present a much more experienced force than any of us would individually. Some of us may be corrupted, but you must believe that with the likes of a witch of Karvost here, and the other members of our band, we'll be able to cleanse ourselves of this corruption and destroy the artifacts that did this to us. But you must allow us to finish this mission. Otherwise, we fight here and no one wins.
We ask so little. You would hear our demands.
We'll comply,
We seek
or at least... Sorry, yeah.
list 3 names. Bellin, Ludo, and Gesvilk. They're coming with us. Oh, that's where we're going to end for tonight. This has been part 2
Ooh.
of the Promised Land. A one-shot in 3 parts, if you will. We're going to talk about it. Starting with Sam, because I'm curious. Why did they say Gesvilk?
I don't know. Gesvilk doesn't do. Gesvilk just try to protect. It's fine.
All that corruption, huh?
It's not like they don't belong to a mystical tradition to get rid of corruption, and so they have permanent corruption. It's fine. I'm Sam, ScribblingPenny. Tonight I play Gesvilk, the goblin that is just wanting to get coin and keep their people alive. You can catch me next. Phew. I don't think at all this week until Sunday. I'm just going to be behind the scenes for our charity event on Wednesday, which I'm super excited about. Make sure you check out our Twitter, or if you are on our Discord, for any up-to-date information, but it will be starting at 2 p.m. EST with Chew, ran by the wonderful Mitch over there. There will be pancake art. It's going to be a fun time. And 100% of the proceeds will go to benefit the Trevor Project. That day we have a goal of $1,000, which I think we can completely blow out of the water. So I hope to see everybody on Wednesday, because I'm super excited.
As you should be.
Mm-hmm.
Next, the showrunners, Mitchell.
Hello. Yeah. I'm Mitch. I'm at Mitchsbustillos. This was a good one. I just wish I could, as someone who's been playing and running Symbaroum for so long, I wish I could get a cunning test right. But c'est la vie. That's say. But yeah, Wednesday, I will be running Chew, with Mike Chef, as well as like pancake art and everything. It'll be a new adventure. I might write it down one day. But Chew, if you don't know, it's on pre-order right now. It's really fun, really amazing, and we are working on it as we speak. Other than that, Thursday, check us out for our all POC Pathfinder 2E game using the Multiverse software, which is like this cool little animated sprite thing. last time we played, there was more playing around with the sprites than there was actual Pathfinder. But I promise Thursday will be amazing and a lot of fun as we enter the Stormlands. So yeah, and then Friday Shadowrun. So it's a busy week. Good stuff.
Heck yeah, more shows than days. Hashtagging that. Next, Pope
Hey,
is a
everybody.
rock star.
No rock. Just a law roll. Hey, everybody. Pope here. Popeworldbuild on Twitter. Popeworldbuild on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. It was great, and I'm looking forward to next week. If you want to see more of this particular space, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Coming up first is Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern over on Follow Black Cats for the spy game Hexcrawl. Then Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern over on Valbrian's channel, playing Defiant, and just had the premiere this past Saturday, playing a reformed devil. It's been fun. And then Sunday, something completely different with Pugmire at 3 p.m. Eastern here on Weave the Tale, What Lies Buried. Lots of good doggos. It is a fun time.
So good.
But again, Wednesday, very important. Like, unless you're, needing something different than Chew, tune in for Chew. And everything that comes after that. And should a goal of $3,600 be hit over the course of the 12 hours, I will dye this beard pink. So, tune in, give generously, and I guess start shopping for hair dye. Take care, everybody.
That is so exciting. Can't explain how exciting that is. We just need to raise $5 a minute. That's it. That's it.
Hey everybody,
All right,
Drachna is under a lot of heat right now, and so that's
I
gonna
will
be
have you
fun
know
to
you
pick
did
up.
succeed that. With gliding colors.
Ooh,
Yeah.
awesome. That's a load off, but it's gonna end next week, and I can't wait to see how that goes. Hey everybody, my name is Anthony. You can find me on Twitter at Prainntheplague. Play here on Symbaroum on Mondays. It's always a lot of fun. This was an amazing session of Symbaroum, trying to get used to the characters and everything, and I really enjoyed it. On Fridays, I have Blue Rose like normal. At 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be, Westmarch's one shot. It's going to be our second one coming up, so I'm really excited. Week 2 Primrose, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But like everybody's been saying, Wednesday I'm also going to be participating on, and that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So tune in Wednesday for super important charity events, and definitely that's the biggest thing going on this week. So make sure you're in for that. Apart from that, that's what I got going on, and it's a lot of fun playing Symbaroum with everybody.
Yeah. In one word, how would you describe the next Blue Rose game? Because they're all different.
Oh, fighty, bloody, bloody at least.
That's 2 words.
At least.
But you're feeling bloody and fighty, so I'm not gonna fight you on that one. Last certainly not least. Tunnel buddy, Paul.
Mm-hmm. Hey everybody. You can find me at PaulMarchant6 on Twitter. So if, as we know, our charity event is the number 1 thing this week. So the number 2 is premiering tomorrow is my Shadowrun game. So I'm going to take that number 2 spot. And when you're coming in behind the charity event, that's a good place to be. So that's what I've got going on this week. So we're escaping, going to deal with some prisoners and some people and some interactions in fun ways. And let's see. I have a bunch of other personal stuff going on, but I don't think I'm doing anything super crazy till Crucible on the 15th. But this week is a jam-packed week on Weave, so you should join us for all of it. Just don't leave the Twitch. Just stay in the Twitch, stream the whole time. Just leave it on.
Yeah.
Just don't leave.
You're gonna weave the tail, and you're not gonna leave the tail. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You can check out, but you can never leave.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm Ian. I did my thing in the intro. I'm just going to be here. If you want to see more of this face, why? But also, all of my cast are fantastic GMs and storytellers and will be appearing on various shows and probably one-shots and all sorts of things. So just follow them and also follow us. And also, we'll see you tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day because we have more shows, and this is true, than we have days in a week. That's all I've got for tonight, though. We will return with the third chapter of the Promised Lands. I kind of made a Hobbit of this story a little bit and really stretched it out. But we all like XP, so it's worth it. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you so
In the ruins of Symbaroum, a dream sight revealed a well, a cauldron, a sinkhole. Out of its depth a blightling came sidling, filth forged in flesh, cruelty carved in bone, a decoction of the world serpent's marrow. The blight beast ogled me hungrily, and in its burning eyes I saw the death of all.